I wanted to talk about Shou Sugi or Shugi, or charring wood as a preservative method. It's a waste of time. Don't do it. I know these critical videos sometimes rub people the wrong way and people can take it personally, but hopefully it saves a few people some time and effort, and I've done my good deed for the day. If you don't know what it is, you take a torch and you char your wood. You burn, I don't know, the outer quarter-inch layer of wood and turn it into charcoal. And then it's brushed off with a stiff wire brush. And I see the wood is treated with some sort of a preservative like linseed oil. And that is supposed to preserve the wood in this desert environment, which is very harsh on wood. Well, here's the thing. That is an old Japanese technique. They would take cedar planks and they would burn them and then use them, as siding on their houses and stuff. Now, there's a few subtle differences between us and Japan from a few centuries ago. The first difference is they did not brush off the charcoal. They left it on. And that added a protective layer. The technique here seems to be to brush off the charcoal. Now, it doesn't really make any sense to burn it in the first place if you're going to remove all that char. I'm not sure what the charring is supposed to accomplish if you just remove all the char. It does make the wood very beautiful, though. That's a decorative technique, and I've seen it a lot in Eastern Europe, Japan, Southeast Asia. So if you like that decorative look, by all means. But as a preservative technique, it doesn't make a lot of sense. The second thing about ancient Japan is that sandpaper wasn't all that easy to come by. We have belt sanders and planers now, and we can put a polished finish on any piece of wood we want. In fact, it's usually very smooth when we buy it. So when you use rough hewn wood, it's got that very rough surface, or maybe it aged a little bit, it's got that feathery surface. It tends to trap moisture. It gives a rough surface for mold and moss to grow on and for bugs to burrow in. So part of what they were doing was a quick way of sanding. Burning wood was much easier than hours of planing it with hand tools. They left that char on there as a barrier. Anything they wanted to get to that wood had to get through, I don't know, a quarter-inch of char first. And the char was powdery and would fall off, so any roots or moss or bacteria that tried to grow would kind of fall off as the char would slowly shed. But now we tend to brush that char off immediately, so that doesn't help. And finally, they did have some lacquers and preservatives back in the day, but that was very expensive. A quart of linseed oil would take a field of plants to boil that down. It was very expensive. So they preserved wood the best way they can, lime wash and all sorts of techniques, and this burning was one of them. But now that we have linseed oil and many other better coatings for wood, paints and other advanced coatings, those are far, far superior. So all you need is that. To preserve the wood out here, you just need linseed oil or paint or some other kind of sealant. Burning is really just an extra step. Again, it's decorative. If you don't particularly care about that look, just go ahead and put the paint or linseed oil directly on your wood and save yourself some time. And that's all I have to say about that. I'll see you in the next one.